Two of the top offenses from the Swiss stage yesterday do battle today. Number 3, Shopify Rebellion, and the number 6 seed. Yes, the 6th seed who had to go to round 5, GENG Mobile 1 Racing. Can Rebellion continue their rapid pace, or will GENG slow them down?
You know, not in small part thanks to this guy right here, Justin, who is leading in Swiss in goals per game. He has scored so many goals yesterday, Stacks, that he jumped 20 spots in the overall goals per game ranking this season. He's now in 8th. So, yeah, if Justin is going to go vintage mode, then we really may be in for a great series, because this entire offense on GENG are near the top of goals per game. They're such a fluid unit. They're clicking together. They're more adaptable than almost any other team in North America. It's up to Shopify Rebellion to really meet them at the punch. And this is what you're going to deal with. Appjack, who seems to never rotate back to his own half. He's always downfield, and when his team puts together a nice touch like that, why wouldn't you be?
And it's Chronic playing the role of trigger man there from the wing. He leads the team in scoring, but it's Appjack who picks up his 19th of the event. There were, as mentioned, only 2 players that had 20 or more goals through the Swiss stage yesterday. One of them being Justin. He had 20 exactly. Chronic, 23 on the day. You have to imagine that's going to continue. You saw him all over the highlight reel as well. 2 of the top 3 plays from yesterday. As First Killer tried to turn on that one, but 2-piece got around him. Parth up to the skies. Drop it down for Justin. Feed the hot hand, but it doesn't work out this time, and here comes GENG.
Again, solid position on defense for GENG. Good attempt on the pass. Nice job from Parth to avoid the bump. Justin keeps it close, and I'm keeping my eye on Parth in this series, Stacks. Talk a lot about 2-piece and Justin. We're now both in the top 10 this season in scoring. But Parth holding down the back end, that 2-piece Parth duo that was on the come up even before Justin joined this team. How effective will he be in the rotation? Saw a reveal play that middle role between Frosty and Scribbles last game, right, where it just helps conduct the play. That's kind of where Parth sits a lot of the time in this rotation with 2-piece and Justin. It's up to him to keep those touches tight and give his team the best chance for success.
Something we have in common and have for quite a while, I think, Jorby, that I think we both kind of agree. Parth is one of the more underrated players in North America. It's certainly one of the more underappreciated players as he skies one up for 2-piece. Parth will have to take it himself, though. 2-piece got this down in front, and Chronic has that swept out to the corner. Justin will try and keep it alive, and from the corner, can't get around on a shot on net. Does have full boost, so he beat First Killer to the punch and grabbed the midfield boost, so he could turn on this. But look at how much ground First Killer was able to gain with 0 boost in the tank.
I feel like that kind of died because when Justin came across the box, 2-piece didn't have any boost. He had a midfield available. Justin bought the time, but he decided to go and take the aggressive challenge, which leaves third man to have to go back. And you saw, like you said, expertly Stacks Justin and did it all himself to stop that attack. Those types of decisions, with First Killer just being able to walk down the field after that 2-piece 50, leaving one man by himself. Yeah, First Killer will win a lot of those if you give them to him.
Well, apparently Jack up the ladder again. Double tap denied by Parth. Follow up from Chronic was little more than a penalty kick, but he does get his shot blocked. Now Justin, outlet to Parth. Across for 2-piece, though. 2-piece didn't have any boost. He couldn't really continue that play. Maybe Parth would have been better served being a little more selfish and taking that himself, since he had almost a full tank to work with. Now First Killer shot, tight angle. Justin shuts it down, and there's nobody to pressure Shopify Rebellion right now. So Justin takes all day to play it out, and here comes SR again, only for a brief while. First Killer shot that out of a cannon to get downfield.
For real. You saw Rebellion were not expecting it either. Good pass from Chronic. And nice read there from Parth. Was off the bar. But better for you to get that touch than the bar too. He'll let it go. First Killer will give Chronic a little bit more space. Got to use a lot to get the ball to the midfield. That's enough. If you get it to First Killer, you've got a chance. Oh, Appjack goes up. Doesn't have a lot of boost. Makes his car real tall. Gets the neutral 50. That uses the rest of his boost to control it. Put it away. Now Rebellion, what was going to be a counterattack, you don't get it. Appjack again on the aerial 50s. Always knows how to place his car. And he gets another one right in front of the box for the dunk. 2-0 for GENG.
And Appjack joins the 20-goal club as he has just about it. It's hard to say single-handedly beaten down Shopify Rebellion here, but he does have both goals in this 2-0 shutout here in the final minute. And both times he has done the work almost entirely by himself. He was fed by Chronic for the first goal. Here goes Two-Piece, looking to get one back for Rebellion. Not going to happen. Who else is there but apparently Jack, and he wins that challenge at midfield as well. Justin just a little ahead of First Killer, but nothing there for Shopify Rebellion. I mean, they can't really connect on any passes, just kind of throwing the ball into space. It seems like most decisions that they have made have turned out to be the wrong decision, and that's been forced in large part by GENG just being all over them.
That's a great touch, though, from Two-Piece. Justin looking for Parth, and he got hurried up by Chronic. Still, that's a good pass, and he just missed it. Chronic had that close angle in the upper 90 covered, and no one from Rebellion will get back to that touch. They send the house, and they fail to break it.
And that's one where, again, you've got an opportunity to shoot at everything, and they kind of put it in the one spot. Obviously, it was not on target to begin with, but kind of went where the defenders were, so things just not working out in this first game for Shopify Rebellion, a team that averaged 3 goals a game in the Swiss stage. Granted, you look at who they played and you go, oh, okay, I think a lot of teams could really look good against that lineup. GENG, a little bit different, and a shutout in game 1.
Shutout in game number.
The problem, so obviously memory is going to make all the difference in this series, right? So now we go on to game 2. By the way, yes, Reddit is wrong. We go to game 2 now on Forbidden Temple, and we'll see just what GENG does after just a drubbing of Shopify Rebellion in game 1. 15-2 with the shots in game 1. What'll it be in game 2? Let's find out.
Well, you know, Stacks, I've also made sweeping conclusions after Swiss.
Of course.
The best of us.
Obviously.
You know? But GENG, I thought you said it best near the end of the game for Rebellion, is that the ball wasn't really going anywhere for them. There was really no angles for them to take. And when they did get the space, it wasn't enough. And the shot was defended. So we'll see what they can do here. Parth, that's a great follow-up touch. First Killer, the third layer, even with no boost, makes a strong save. And Abjack gives them a chance to break out.
When you look at the teams that both of these squads had to face, as Abjack lets that one go to the backboard, Two-Piece has it. It's a little bit different on either side. Obviously, Shopify Rebellion went to game 5 with SSG in the first round, and then after dropping that 5th game, they won 7 straight games against the likes of Cold, Moist, and then they took game 1 against C9 as part of a 3-1 victory. Then on the other side, you have GENG. Yes, they lost 2 series, but they lost those series to the number 2 seed Snowmen and number 4 seed OG, and they lost those in 5 games. Again,
Snowmen are in the top 4.
Right, exactly. So there you go. I think it's hard to be worried about GENG after that, as Two-Piece let that one go by, and Abjack might make him pay for it. He got a demo there, and First Killer can scramble across here. He's got all day to play ball and collect boosts. He just dances around Two-Piece, completely undressed him, trying to get Justin in the air as well, but it does not work out.
Oh, if he completes the edgeable bump there, that's just an iconic First Killer play right there. Takes over the lobby. Oh, that earlier Two-Piece opportunity. I can't go back to it. GENG are threatening here. It's the same story, Stacks. Only one shot for GENG, but nothing 2 minutes in for Rebellion. Two-Piece can't go. Parth follows him up. Here comes the midfield game. They hold it down and actually create something. Justin beats 2. Chronic expends the tank, collects his own boost, and they're managing quite well here. Fakes the first touch. Parth has to respect it. Love that exit there from Chronic. He knows that Parth is going to respect him there and makes it impossible to read when he's going to get that ball. Chronic playing pretty well on defense today.
G2 looked very comfortable against M80 earlier, and I think GENG is playing with that same level of comfort. I don't think they feel like at any point Shopify Rebellion is going to threaten them, as Chronic dances down the field again. Beautiful setup to get past Two-Piece and Parth. Justin can't get back in time, and it's Abjack adding another.
Defense and offense for Chronic. You know, when he's at the front of this rotation, man, you expect the consistency out of First Killer. And there have been times when GENG have looked vulnerable that it's been Chronic with that inconsistency. But with how he's looked on defense and now offense, it's going to be tough if Chronic's locked in for Rebellion to get anything done. But Parth, going quickly as the second man, finally finds a way through this GENG defense.
And Chronic had to peel off for boost there in the corner, so he's just kind of patiently waiting, and he kind of parks it on the back post, and that pass being so close to Parth coming on allows him to just beat Chronic to the punch. And it's Parth who gets the first goal of the series for Shopify Rebellion. We're on the board here in a tie game in game 2, but for how long? Because GENG are threatening again near the midway point of this second game. Apparently Jack trying to hang around there, and then again with the win from way downtown 2-1.
It happened to them again. Two-piece flipping forward, trusting that Parth is gonna get there. He's not even looking at Chronic. He's got ball vision, he's got tunnel ball vision. And he's just flipping forward, full faith, and the ball rips by him. Chronic pops out like a jack-in-the-box.
Well, after all that work for Rebellion, they find themselves looking up at GENG again. Justin to center. That catches a deflection off a first killer, and now apparently Jack with a decent challenge on the wing. 2 pieces there. That's all he could do with that ball, though. It was kind of awkward for him. Justin trying to create with nothing left in the tank. Parth, double, got it in front, but nobody's home.
It would be a little fair to 2-piece. You got to put the faith in your teammates, get back in the game. Also, you don't expect 100+ kilometers per hour flying over your head, but against GENG, you may have to expect the fastball almost every single time. He's got no boost here, can't play it. And first killer gets to run away with it.
Just always edge of your seat stuff. You expect him to score that even with a defender all over him. First killer there to challenge 2-piece. That falls for Justin, now down to 2-piece. Parth is there as well. He may need a second touch.
Nice.
Leaves it for Justin. His shot far post hit the post.
Your 1.31 goals per game in Swiss really needed to come through there. Sure, had to hit the edge. Sure, it was covered, but it's Justin. And you're down by 1. Really can't afford to go down 2-0 against GENG. It's already been difficult in these back 2 games. All of Rebellion are eyeing up the rotation, waiting for Chronic. It's a good catch from 2-piece. Force Abjack to respect it. Nice dribble, but the dunk won't happen. Still a chance for them to get set up. Parth leaves it. Back to Justin, expends the tank. First killer gets the touch, and he's got the follow-up back to Jack. 2-piece, it's over his head again. There can't be any faith. Rebellion gotta stop praying, and they gotta start thinking a little bit more here because they're not winning these 50s. Parth, I can understand why 2-piece is there. Against Stacks, you're down by 1. There's only 15 seconds remaining. It doesn't matter how much boost 2-piece has. If I see Parth up there, I need to be there. What am I gonna do going back with 15 seconds left? Have to defend first killer again? That hasn't worked.
Yeah, they just kind of got caught spectating, though, and got caught hoping a little too much. And it's going to cost Shopify Rebellion a chance to come back in this game as GENG Mobile One Racing up 2-0 now, going into game 3. And you wonder if SR might take their timeout here in this best of 7. GENG halfway there.
There it is. They do call the timeout.
And it's his mechanical prowess, his ability to dominate the midfield and win every other challenge. It just sets up Jack and Chronic to pick up the scraps and finish off teams. I mean, this is a deadly combination of a team, and it's why that they are regarded as one of the best teams in North America alongside G2. Almost as close to a shoe-in as you could get to competing at the LAN and making a deep run.
First killer just has excellent vision, and also the mech's help. Chronic will not score. Good save from 2-piece, and Abjack has to squirrel it away. First killer, he warps rotations just because everyone has to respect his ability to dice you up all by himself, and he almost never does. He's become such a selfless player that he'll freeze defenses through his softer touches, trying to enable Chronic and Abjack, and that's the most dangerous first killer to me. Is you got to give him that respect, and that gives him so much more to work with. Not mechanically, but in the brain, where everyone respects you, you're given the space. Now you get to pass to Abjack, a little heavy, but he gets the catch on the wave dash. Ooh. And then Abjack does stuff like that, and you're just like, man, it's so fun watching him carry the ball.
Yeah, you see somebody like beat 1 or 2 defenders by themselves, and you're like, okay, great. So we got first killer, get rid of the oh wait, that wasn't first killer. Oh boy. That's what Rebellion has to contend with. They've been outshot in this series so far. What do we got? 21-7 coming into this game. Now 26-7 with the 5 shots in this game. But for Rebellion, you get that timeout. Their coach, Memory, he's got quite a mind for defense. He can certainly turn this around or help Rebellion turn this around, but he can't, of course, do it himself. He's got to rely on the players he's got on the field. Two-piece got bumped away, and Parth couldn't win that any further. So now apparently Jack 1v1 with Justin, who Justin makes the save.
You saw Justin stutter step for a second, but he quickly caught up the speed. Rebellion get a little bit of offense. Jack whiffed as he let it go. Justin was on the far side, and he didn't have a lot of boost to recorrect his path, even if he did know Abjack wasn't going to get that touch.
They're not unbeatable.
How the chances have been.
They're not unbeatable. The chances have been there, but Rebellion has not converted. Justin runs out of boost getting up for that ball. Two-piece doesn't have much to work with. First killer drop down to Chronic, who bullies it through, and he gets his second of the series.
And there's just too much to contend with heading back down the field if you're two-piece. You got 2 pads on your way back, and then he dices you up like that. First killer, he goes up. What does two-piece have to do? You better go up the wall quickly and defend a shot, because he's right there, and you know he's going to slot that. But what does first killer do? Drop down pass to Chronic. Take the high percentage opportunity. You know you got two-piece playing from behind, and you know Chronic will have a great shot on net. So you just give it to your guy, and he gets the job done. That's the effect first killer has on this team.
37 tallies for Chronic between goals and assists in the Swiss stage, and he's been brilliant here today as well. 2 goals, 2 assists. And GENG strike first again, forces Rebellion onto the back foot. And they're back defending here as two-piece tries to control that long enough to go get boost. Had to sacrifice possession. Justin comes to help him out. First killer banking that on target, forces Parth into action. And boy, they spent a lot of time going nowhere and letting GENG set this play up that Justin finally puts a stop to.
You saw how much faith two-piece had in the play. He would not put himself in position on an outlet. He just wasn't seeing a way forward, and GENG just shut them down again. Here's two-piece, best chance downfield. Whoa, got the read, but it's too late. Still a little awkward, but close to the net. Chronic could handle that one a lot better. Pass quickly. Rebellion finally find the back of the net. A close angle on the pass. GENG almost get there, but the close angle goes to Rebellion.
And look at how little boost is actually available in the zone as well. They can't even rely on pennies there. It's finally spawning in after the goal is scored. Shopify Rebellion did a great job denying GENG any boost and any room to breathe. And they finally make the defense crack. But now watch out on the ensuing kickoff. Parth has to come across and make the save. He's got both goals. He's put in a solid defensive effort. Now trying to play table setter with that challenge. Two-piece over to Justin, and he got to it just around first killer. Nothing in the tank, though, and that's where the attack just about dies out. Maybe Parth has something to say, but he gets bumped out of the play, and first killer can casually play that through the corner. I mean, GENG still a little bit hemmed in their own zone here. They don't have a ton of boost collectively. Now they do. But it looks like Shopify Rebellion hanging around in this game, and things are turning around slowly but surely. They have to stop this, though, and they do not.
Oh, it came down for free. You got to look from a guy taking the 50s perspective, and that is Chronic going up and leaves it. First killer, we'll get it. Look at your Chronic's perspective. And you know, I can go both ways. I'm not a pro Stacks, all right, so I don't know. So I'm not going to guess. But it's either he just missed the double, or he did leave that. It was close. It looked like he might have wanted to go for the tight 90-degree angle there. But it also kind of looks like a call-off. I could go either way there. Either way, GENG.
Yeah, I'm going with call-off there. I think from everything we've seen from this team, how well they work collectively, hard to imagine that that was just by accident. If it was, it certainly was a happy little accident, as this one goes through the corner, and two-piece gets demolished. Chronic, boost and ball, but he let that one get away, and Shopify Rebellion might have just a small window of opportunity here. 13 seconds, and first killer just playing keep away. Parth now letting that first touch get away from them. They've got to play it a little tighter and close to the vest. Justin with 4 seconds needs to get around on this. Two-piece in the air. Parth, not much to work with. This angling downward, but it gets out to Justin, and first killer has the save. That should just about end this game, and it does.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Rebellion really just did not have a unified attack. Like,
the start of the matchup where, like, if you're looking for an upset, maybe you can look here because of how well Shopify Rebellion played. The offense was flowing. Again, they did not have to do it against this team. And now you're seeing just why GENG is regarded as one of the top dogs in NA. Still need to get that 4th win. Can Rebellion at least put some doubt into the minds of GENG?
Way to shorten up the space there by 2-piece. And that just completely ruins anything you were trying to do. Justin couldn't get a hold of the ball, and I guess when it rains, it pours, Stacks. Hoping for a better performance out of Rebellion, considering their woes and their journey as a team from their tries in the first split, or the first major run versus this one. Justin off the ceiling. Pincher. He's got Abjack right underneath him. It's going to be hard to get there in time.
Oh,
Tough
Justin,
bout.
opportunity here? Maybe no. And boy, again, seeing Justin perform so well yesterday, I mean, it's something that we've kind of been looking for a lot, right? I mean, very few players have been as open about their struggles over the past couple of years as Justin had been near the end of his tenure with NRG. And to see him go off for 20 goals on the day yesterday, it's like, all right, this is the Justin that Shopify Rebellion wanted. Unfortunately, GENG have an answer for that Justin. They've got 3 answers for him. And then apparently Jack almost scores this. That one's left for Chronic. You just can't relax at all against GENG.
Honestly, what are you supposed to do here? Justin tries his best. Abjack absolutely crushes him on the 50, and Parth, unfortunately, in that position, you have to come up with the better touch. You knew where Chronic was sitting. You knew the type of touch you needed. You tried to play it hard, and you hit it right into him. That's just after, you try again on offense. When you see them try to go up the side wall, they're forced to go over to the corner. You see GENG, they faced absolutely no pressure on defense. So they have no reason to come at you early on the attack. You have to be the one to force that ball in front of the box. They have not let you in.
Our first killer barely caught up to that ball, and it worked out perfectly as he was able to find apparently Jack, and then he pinballs that one in. And you know what? Sometimes it really is just your day.
2-piece turns around. He does not see Jack. He's watching the ball. It comes down, and all of a sudden, Jack, surprise, on his screen, and his car's turned the wrong way, and now Abjack easily rolls around him, turns into a poor 50, and into a goal. They make matters worse, man. Not winning those 50s, you don't have complete vision of the field. GENG will always take you out on that.
Apparently, Jack knew he wasn't going to win that challenge, so he just drove right on by and just made them play the ball right into his second teammate behind him. Now Jack in a spot of trouble, but still brings that to the backboard, out of harm's way. First killer is there. Boy, the list of teams that work better as a unit than GENG. G2, end of list.
In NA, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know,
right.
Snowmen are starting to make a little bit of an argument, don't you think? We'll see if they can keep it up. Because GENG, ultra consistent. And even when they do lose games you don't expect, they always find a way to recover. 2-piece, that's just a product of GENG creating opportunities. 2-piece sees Chronic. You have to defend the net. Chronic knows he has to defend the net. So he goes for the back wall instead. Makes it easy. When you catch Rebellion, playing catch up. There's not much they can do. GENG have all the mustard.
We know that when Rebellion gets their offense rolling, they can score in bunches. I mean, in the series with Space Station yesterday, they had 2 games that they won. They scored 12 goals in those games. Just in those 2 games alone, they outscored SSG for the entire series. And unfortunately, it just wasn't enough for them. And now they have been outscored by 1,000,000 by GENG. They have run in to an absolute buzzsaw. 5 goals out of Jack, 4 out of Chronic, another pair out of First Killer. And then on their side, Parth has scored a couple. Now 2-piece adds one with 1:41. And if there's any time to get the offense flowing, it's got to be now or never.
Oh, Chronic cut in. He wanted to take that challenge. Jack comes down. Slight miscommunication there. Parth got a good touch. Chronic was already shading near. And I do think a bit relaxed. Chronic thinking he can move it across to the side, but Abjack tried to play it, so. Rare miscue there from GENG as Parth wins another ball. We'll see if Rebellion can turn this into anything. Something tells me you won't see another miscue. I'll tell you something, Stacks. I've been out here sounding like GENG Dazzler with how much I've just been like, you sound like First Killer might be my favorite player or something like that. I promise you, I've gotten nothing from Gen G. I'm not dazzering. Gen G are just that good. 4-1, almost 4-0 on the series, Stacks. This is looking as devastating as G2 versus M80.
There has been quite a bit of devastation here. That one kept close to the backboard, two-piece. Probably just kind of dropping his shoulders like, really? I gotta go after this as well? Justin has to chase that from way downfield. And then Parth doing all he can to bring it back to the corner, but he's got first killer just waiting for him to slip up or waiting for him to decide he's done. Now two-piece, full tank of boost. Gonna take the shot, try to get by the defense, and Chronic had him shaded the whole way. He'll make the stop on the corner as well. Send one on target. Two-piece has to block it way out in front. Here comes apparently Jack again. First killer could score from here, and does!
No boost for Justin. He went as fast as he could across, but when Parth loses the 50, when Justin's 50 goes right back to first killer, there's not much you're going to be able to do. I think you saw him low. I think that was Parth underneath. You saw Justin go across, wasn't able to get there, and next thing you know, ball's over his head. It just feels like Gen G, I mean, they're just the better team. Like, they read the Book of Rebellion in one night, and they're on to the next series.
Well, Rome can rest easy. He's gone from being the problem for Gen G to being the greatest coach in the history of the universe. Apparently, Jack almost beat two-piece there. And now it's just a victory lap for Gen G. They're all just circling the field right behind each other. Justin might get one for the road. Two-piece up as well. It's down in front. Nobody else is home. And the final few seconds will burn off the clock. And this one, mercifully for Shopify Rebellion, will come to a close with Gen G Mobile One Racing erasing any of the doubts from the Swiss stage yesterday. A 4-0 sweep has Gen G in yet another semifinal.
Good job from Gen G. And while a Swiss that may have some fans scratching their head in the playoffs, you rarely see them take a misstep. Rebellion, you got a lot of quality tape to look at here next time you play Gen G, and hope